We back for another Rags to Riches episode. We about to get started in just a second. We live on TT right now. And I just want to say I'm just excited for today. I'm excited to talk about what we here to talk about. I'm excited to give y'all the gems. I'm excited for y'all to be excited. Figure deal me. Y'all know we 24 hours away from our 90-day 5K challenge. I'm so excited. If you're not in the Discord, make sure you guys drop whenever you've seen this, make sure you guys drop BIG in the chat so that I know you want to be added to the community and you're ready to take this run to the next level. Okay. One thing I've been saying since we've told you guys that we're about to do this 90-day run is that in order to achieve the 5K, right? In order to achieve that goal, you're going to have to shift your identity. You're going to have to shift the way you look at money. You're going to have to shift the way you handle money. You're going to have to shift on how you handle it. Okay. So, one thing we do know in the world that everything is energy. Everything is energy. Okay? So that includes money. Money is energy. Money is it's a spiritual level you reach before you see it tangibly. Okay? As we get started, make sure you guys come on in the chat. If you live here on TikTok, make sure you double tap the screen for me. Share the live to at least one person that you want to see take it to the next level. One person you can do this challenge with. And even though you guys may not join the Discord, that is a-okay. Okay, because if you guys can follow along at home, that's totally cool. If you guys can follow along at home, that's totally cool. And this is why we're doing our class Rags to Riches. Okay, so we're live every single day, Monday through Friday. 9 a.m. EST right here on TikTok as well as on YT. So if you're under the sound of my voice, this is not a coincidence. Um, I'm gonna give it at least 5 more minutes before we get started. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. Once again, if you're under the sound of my voice, no matter what time you're seeing this, please, 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 um, let me know if you guys want to take it to the next level with this 90-day challenge. Okay. I'm excited to just give you guys these gems today, and we're gonna get started in just a second. We're gonna get started in just a second. Let me make sure I set my timer because I have some clients today, so I can't go over my time today. I try not to go over my time. I try to be like, I'm a structured person, so I try to be, you know, I try to have that organization in my life. But today we're gonna talk about just limiting money beliefs. Okay. I told you guys the first 30 days is going to be strictly on identity because in order to receive something different in your life, you're going to have to do some things different. And when we know if we want different in our life, we have to do things different. That means we have to become a different version of ourselves. And that doesn't mean, and that's not saying, oh, because you need to shift into a different version of yourself in order to obtain something that you truly want. It doesn't mean the current version of you is not a great version. One thing I want to tell you guys that I've truly learned in my journey is that your current version is the reason why your current version of you is going to be the reason why your successful version is even going to be able to live. Okay, is even going to be able to live. And we're going to talk about limiting money beliefs because I want to show you guys where it starts. Okay, a lot of people think, yo, I'm gonna get more money and I'm gonna be straight. I'm gonna know how to use it, I'm gonna know how to maneuver with it, but that's not always true. A lot of the times when people obtain more money with the same limiting beliefs, they normally run through the money. That's why you guys see a lot of lottery winners. They get the money, they get millions of dollars and they lose it. Okay? So what we're doing here at Rags to Riches, we're shifting you guys' identity. I'm helping you guys be more authentic in your own skin. And in order to really obtain the 90-day challenge goal, you gotta shift, man. For real. And this is from one homegirl to homeboy to homegirl, whichever way you want to put it. Take what resonates. All right, let's get started. I'm doing all that yapping. I want you guys to, as we get started, I just want you guys to look at this $5 bill, right? Let's look at this file. Actually, I don't want to break y'all hearts today. So we're gonna use this is actually this dollar has 777 on it. So you guys already know that I say everything is energy. Okay. So I want you guys to truly, truly watch what I do here. Because before I give you guys the notes and we dive deep into our conversation, I want you guys to understand what I mean by you have to shift your identity. Okay. So, what's up in the chat? H. What the rise to y'all? I don't know where y'all at in the world, but man, we about to go crazy. Okay, so I used to work for a company that was worth $1.2 million. So before I finally took the initiative to become a full-time entrepreneur and really trust myself, I had to go through some seasons of shifting and taking it to the next level. Garcia's in the chat. What's up, Garcia? What the rise to you? I hope you're feeling all right today. It's Tuesday. I know the week is just getting started. We in retrograde right now, so I want you guys to make sure that you're minding your energy, okay? Protecting your energy. If people are trying to get you out your bag, I don't know. That might be for you, Garcia. I don't know. If people trying to get you out your bag, don't give them your energy. All right. So we're gonna look at this dollar bill right here, right? So what, like, automatically when I look at money, I just think of colored paper, and I know that seems very far fetched, but what I'm about to do is about to shift your perspective on how you look at money. Okay. So I look at the dollar. Let's rip the dollar. Let's rip the dollar. Let me ask y'all something. Would you ever in your million years see yourself ripping money? Look, I got somebody in the chat already. I got somebody in the chat already. Because one thing it is, we tend to put too much value on this and not enough value on ourselves. Okay? We tend to put too much value on this and not enough value on ourselves. Do we realize that this does not have any value until it gets in your hand? Do y'all realize that although I ripped this up in pieces, I saw somebody say in the chat that it's illegal, right? Although I ripped this dollar up in pieces, I could tape it back together and use it just as brand new. What are you saying, Big? What I'm saying is, in order to shift your limiting beliefs, you have to shift how you look at a tool. This is just a tool. This I rip $100 bill because I'm gonna be honest. $100 bill is not really nothing to an adult. Like when we really think of it, $100 bill to an adult is really a dollar bill. Cause you can go out and you can spend $100 immediately walking outside, going to get gas. You can spend half of that $100 going to get gas, right? So I want you guys to realize that this only becomes valuable and tangible when it gets in your hands. Period. It only gets valuable and tangible when it gets in your hands. So although I ripped it up, if I go take the time to piece it back together and put some tape on that thing, I bet you the store gonna take it. I bet you the bank gonna take it. Because although if I rip $100 bill, I could literally still take it to a bank. And guess what they're gonna do to it? Put some tape on it and put it back in rotation. So, be as though I said that, I want you to think about how your thoughts flow. The way your thoughts flow are very important. The way you look at things and you internalize things is very important, right? So when we're talking about shifting identities, we're talking about shifting from one perspective of seeing just one perspective to seeing multiple perspectives at once. So what I'm doing with y'all on this 90-day challenge, and like I said, if you want to get in the community to really get the works and get the necessary tools to really see yourself succeed at this challenge, drop BIG in the chat and I'm going to personally invite you to our Discord. Because we start our challenge tomorrow. Feel me? So I know a lot of people's like, yo, why would you rip up money? The inflation's high and it's this and it's all of that. Let me tell y'all something. These people want you guys to think that money is a shortage on money. Let me be honest, there's no shortage on money, bro. They print money every single day. What's up, Paige? I see you in the chat. Okay. What's up, Roseberry, one and only? You feel me? So when we're talking about shifting identities and we're talking about going from one way of looking at things to another, we have to get really deep into what the beginning of our limiting beliefs begin. Okay? So let's talk about it. I want you to think, I want you to just think really quickly, right? Where were you? If you can remember, because I know a lot of us, we have been younger when we're introduced to money. I want you to think just for a second. I want you to take a moment and I want you to think about when was the first time that you were introduced to money? Let's just think about that really quickly. Okay? I want you to just think about that really quickly. Okay. I like you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you guys double tap the screen over here. Share the live to at least one or two people. Let them know we in the chat. We talking that talk. Okay. We in rags to riches right now. What's up, Joe? Okay. So I want you to think real quick, real quick, real quick. Do me a quick favor. Think about who introduced you to money and did you in when were you introduced to money? Who introduced you to money and when did you get introduced to money? If you can think back that far, no pun intended, no disrespect to anybody. I really want you guys to work your brain right now because watch this. Where I'm going to take you is going to take you to the next level. Think about who introduced you to money. Okay. Somebody on YT said their dad introduced them to money. Okay. Who else? Well, who else I got in the chat? Somebody said my parents introduced me to money. Okay. Well, we got TikTok. TikTok, don't be letting YT outwork y'all. I appreciate y'all over here on YouTube, man, for being engaging to live because I really want to take y'all to the next level. But the only way I can take you to the next level is if you allow me to, because the blueprint that I'm going to give you is a proven system that I've already worked and I work with my clients. People pay me $4,500 for this type of information, but I was feeling real jitty in my life. So I'm like, we're going to start a 90-day challenge and I want to bring all the hustlers and all the grinders with me. Okay? So we got my dad taught me, my parents taught me. Cool. Now I want you to keep that in your mind. Remember that. Now, this is trigger warning because I'm gonna be all the way 100 with you. One thing about if you're under the sound of my voice right now, I'm going to always be honest with you and I'm going to always get to the nitty-gritty of what you need to heal and shift from. So I may say some things today that may make you feel warm inside, that may make you feel like, man, what have I been doing lately? But I want you to understand that that feeling is the greatest feeling that you can ever feel. Because once you identify the pattern and where you need to shift from, success is inevitable. Okay, let's go. All right. So now I want you to ask yourself, would you trade places with those people? If yes, good. If no, I'm going to give you some pointers on what to do with that. Because see, a lot of our limiting beliefs comes from the people who introduced us to money. Because for centuries and decades, right? People don't even realize before there was a tangible coin or dollar to spend, people bartered in and they shared the things that they created and had themselves. So now we have in society, we have this look on money that there's a shortage of it or there is not enough for people or that people have to work harder for it. That's incorrect. You don't work harder for the things that you want. You get rid of the things that no longer serve the current version and the current direction that you're trying to go. So I want you to think of 5 limiting beliefs you have about money. And I'm going to give you some examples just to get your brain kind of going, right? A lot of times we get money and we automatically feel like, yo, it's like it's burning a hole in my pocket. It's like, oh man, I got this money. I know I gotta go spend it. I know I gotta go spend it. Right? Let me ask you something. Do you play with money a lot? Me personally, I play with money a lot because it helps me to be more comfortable around it. It helps me to be comfortable around the small amounts as well as the big amounts. I didn't use $100 bills because a lot of people can teach you guys $100 bill. What up, Penelope? Okay. I want to show you from a small tangible seed how you can get that big tangible seed. Okay. So I want you to think of 5 limiting beliefs you have around money. Okay. Now that you thought about those 5 things, don't overthink it, right? Just let it flow, let it go. All right. Now that you thought about that, I want you to clear all that out your brain. I want you to clear all that out your brain. Because most of the times, what a lot of people don't realize is what you tell yourself is true. So in order to shift identities and shift perspectives, you have to be willing to walk into the unknown and discover where this problem or challenge even lies. A lot of people think that they have to give their money away. A lot of you guys were raised that you need to pour into people. You need to always be nice. And if they need help, you need to help them. And if they don't have no money when y'all go out to eat or hang out, you need to be able to, you need to pay for them. Or you need to have the nicest cars, right? You need to have the nicest outfits. How many of y'all was kind of raised in that generation where you were looked down upon if you did not have the best or what society says is the best? I can remember growing up in middle school and being upset because my mom couldn't afford an iPhone, but she bought me an Android, you know? And a lot of the times when you're younger and you see other kids with, more expensive things, you start to think in your own mind, in your own spirit, that you're not enough to have it because you don't have it currently. I bought my first iPhone, I was in 10th grade, right? I was working at Wendy's. I was a track runner. I ran track. I was working at Wendy's. I was going to school full time. Okay. And I worked at Wendy's. I see somebody in the chat say, get a job. I worked at Wendy's. I was 16 working. I was pulling overnight shifts because that's how much I love the grind. I'm currently sitting in front of y'all at 26 years old. And I can tell you one thing, if it's nothing that I've learned, is that do not give this more power than you give yourself. That you are the controller of this. That if this is in your life, you are the controller. You decide where this money gets divided up and goes. Okay? So those limiting beliefs, I want you to realize that the best way to get over those limiting beliefs is accountability. Okay? Accountability of not knowing how to properly handle a specific tool that has been vital to your life. And I get it, y'all. I know that this makes the world go around because people have hyped it up so much. And I understand that you need this to kind of float in life. I get it. But I want to help you see that even if you don't have this, you have it. Because if I had to start from $0 today or tomorrow, the first things that I would start with is my thought process. How am I approaching my current situation? Am I approaching it with a scarcity mindset and a survival mindset? Or am I approaching it in a way where I'm thinking like a boss, like I'm thinking like a CEO, although I may not have this tangibly? Limited beliefs are killing your dreams. Believing that you cannot have something is killing your dreams. And although it may not be the easiest thing to do to shift from one perspective to another, Repetition is the key to mastery. So we're having this conversation today, but it would be good for you to come back tomorrow and be in this live too. If you really want to take it to the next level and you really want to shift, you want to shift your identities. You say, Big, I'm tired of not having this, right? I'm tired of not having money stacked up in the savings. I'm tired of continuously going to work, making the money, and not seeing no results with it. How many of y'all can you feel that? For years I went paycheck to paycheck because I valued this over valuing myself. So whenever I got this, whenever I received this, I would operate from my scarcity mindset, my survival instincts. My survival told me that I had to spend this because I had to have the best shoes. I had to have the best clothes because that's what society has said. But when I shifted and realized that, yo, I'm in control of this, that this don't got no value unless I give it the value, life started to open up for me a little bit more. I started to watch myself walk in rooms and attract money easily. And although it may take some reconditioning, it's not too late. It's not too late to say, you know what? I want to wake up and I want to do something different. It's not too late to say that. It's not too late to say, Big, I want to do better with my money. I want to see my money stack up more. So let me ask you this. If you're under the sound of my voice right now and you want more money today, what what are you willing to sacrifice for it? And we're not talking about no demonic things, right? We're talking about putting up reps. We're talking about putting in the work, putting in the grind. Are you willing to sacrifice a birthday for a year in order to save that money and invest it back? So that when next year come around, you can live it up larger. How you can live it up more larger than you was this year. I mean, talk to me. Let me know something. Because unfortunately, whoever introduced you to money did not teach you the way that should have been taught. And that's okay because we have to understand that a lot of thoughts and beliefs and patterns that we pick up as kids, right, are the main things that hinder us. And we have to understand that our parents weren't taught half of the things that's out now. See, a lot of our parents, right? A lot of our parents went to work. They made they made money. They may still do these things, right? A lot of our parents got up, went to work. The main thing that you was taught in life is to get a good education, which I agree with. You have to have some type of book smarts, okay? And I want y'all to really hear me when I say this that your parents have learned systems that are outdated now. So the things that might be normal to you now may not be impactful for the version you're trying to create yourself into. And when we say creating ourselves into something, we're just saying rewriting our script. Because although somebody gave you one type of script, if you're under the sound of my voice, you're ready for a new script and you have the pen and pencil. That's the cool thing about life. That's the cool thing about life. You don't have to have a manager of your life if you don't want to. If you wake up today and you say, you know what, I want to shift my life, I no longer like the things that I'm doing. You can wake up and shift that right now. You could be hearing me right now and say, you know what? You just said something about change. I'm about to, yeah, it's that easy. But it is gonna take repetition. It's gonna take your whole heart in it. It's gonna take your whole heart in it. It's gonna take for you to say, you know what? I'm gonna be my own wingman. And I don't need no recommendation and I don't need nobody else support in order to change. You don't need nobody's permission to change. If the information that you got before is no longer working, time to shift. And that's is what it is, because change is inevitable. Change is always going to happen. I see somebody in the chat over here on YouTube said a whole $5. But let me be honest, within an economy we in right now, having $5 is a blessing. Everybody can't say they got $5. Can I talk that talk with y'all in the chat? Y'all let me know if this is resonating. Drop some fires in the chat. We live on YouTube and TikTok. Let's go. Drop some fires in the chat. This is resonating. If you like big, you know what? I like how you think. I want more of that. Boom. Let's go. Let's go into our notes. Okay. So I want you to look at accountability. That word accountability, right? Which means just to take account of the things that you want to shift and change. Accountability is not here to make you feel like you're on punishment. Accountability is your wingman, reminding you, okay, reminding you of who you are. Fabo said, account of the abilities. I like that. Because if you account for your abilities, you can't account for the things you don't have. I like that. I like that. Okay? Accountability is here to remind you of your why. Because when the why is big enough, that how come easy. Let me tell you what the universe hears. The universe is a spiritual energy, right? So you can say, I got all the money in the world. I'm a rich girl. I'm a rich guy, right? And then deep down inside, your limiting beliefs is what the universe really hears, because it's who you are when nobody's watching is the true you. So are you looking at money? You see money and you say, okay, what can I invest this in? How can I make more of this? Let me tell y'all something. Never spend money on nothing you can't buy twice or 3 times. That's something that I've truly learned working under CEOs. I walked away from a $1.2 million company because it wasn't about the money for me. It was about my integrity. It was about how I showed up for people, how I seen myself in my own. When I look at my reflection, was I proud of the being that I was, or was I just chasing money? I've chased money in plenty of seasons and lost it all. But what losing it taught me was that it's not the money, it's me. I give it value. I give it a job. You're not seeing your money double up because you're not making your money work for you. You're not realizing that your money, it works for you. So anytime I get some money, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If anytime, so say somebody gave me $5 today. Let's say y'all gifted me this $5. I'm gonna save more than I spend. So I'm gonna take $2 to pay myself, and I'm gonna put 3 because I gotta pay my employees. How did you get to that mindset, BIG? I had to dig deep. I had to figure out where that scarcity came from. I watched my mom. My mom was a single mom all my life. All my life. I got a dad. He was kind of, he cool, you know. But it was my mom I grew up watching. I grew up watching her struggle. I grew up watching her penny pinch and go break her back and break her own spirit to go to these people's jobs. Okay? Walk with me. We're going somewhere with this. To only be replaced if she was not feeling well. I can remember my mom was pregnant with my brother. She was super close to her due date, and the people fired her. Imagine firing a pregnant woman who has a child on the way, right? Imagine that. Imagine a woman who has to, it's not even gender specific. It's like, imagine having a baby on the way, and because you're taking care of your health, they fire you. I want y'all to hear me when I say this. Don't work yourself to death. If you want to attract more of what you desire, it starts within your spiritual wealth. You become rich in your mind way before you become rich in your pockets and in your bank account. I started seeing more money when I started speaking money over myself. And I started realizing that I can have as much money as possible. What's interesting is I was up meditating last night. I actually have a book that I went on a walk yesterday, y'all, and at the end of the mile was a free library. Do y'all have those free libraries where y'all are? I'm in Virginia, so do y'all have those free libraries every now and then whenever you go out? See, I'm a park baby, so I love to be in nature. So I'm walking with my homegirl. We're walking. We just finished eating, child, and then we're like, girl, we gotta go walk a few calories off. So we go walk a mile, and at the end, which is so interesting. I always say this: nothing happens by coincidence. You're not under the sound of my voice by coincidence. And I thank you for being here. 9:33 on the timer. That can be significant to your life. Look that number up. See what that number says and apply it to your life how you see fit to apply it. I'm not gonna hold y'all for too long. We're gonna be out here by 10 o'clock. I just want y'all to walk with me and talk with me real quick because I know you need that listening ear. I know it's been challenging. I know it's been hard to say this because everything is so high. They put it right in your face because they want y'all to be having these subconscious thoughts, making you guys think you can't have more money, making you feel like you can't do better. But let me tell you something. What they won't tell you is the sacrifice. You're going to have to sacrifice regardless. You either going to sacrifice a good life or you're going to sacrifice sleep or you're going to sacrifice some birthdays or you're going to sacrifice hanging out sometimes or you're going to sacrifice getting what you want to have what you desire. Either way, you're going to have to sacrifice something. And trigger warning on that word because it makes you feel icky when you hear it. But let me tell y'all, sometimes I don't go to bed at 5 a.m. in the morning, then I'm up and I'm here at 9 a.m. Let that sink in. And this is not a competition. It's not. But understand this. Somebody is taking the same 24 hours to make a difference and shift their life instead of letting life happen to them. They kicking life back in there. They kicking life back. They throwing punches back. So are you ready to throw the punches back? Are you ready to take it to the next level? I asked them yesterday in class. I asked them to ask themselves this one question, and I'm gonna share this book in just a second. I asked them to ask themselves, why do you deserve financial freedom? Because although it's not a competition, there's somebody like me who gonna do whatever. Not necessarily that, like, we got principles and values and standards, of course, right? Because that is your identity. But I'm gonna tell y'all what, it makes me know never mind not to have the latest clothes. My favorite type of shoes, okay, is flip-flops. I love being comfortable. Y'all see how I am? I love being comfortable. I don't need to look rich. Why do I need to look rich for people? Why do I need to look rich if I'm actually rich? Why do I need to look like I have money if I actually have money? We talked about Adam Sandler yesterday. Sandler. I think I said it right, right? When you're rich, you don't care how you dress. You don't unless it's like important, you know. When it's time for me to get fly, I get fly. But most of the time I'm in some chill wear because I don't need to look the part to be the part. Come on, Johnson. That's that tea right there. That's that truth right there. You feel me? So it's like I know the blueprint that was given to you, but I'm asking you to pick up the pen and rewrite it. How do you look at money? How do you see your life? How do you want to live your life? We get so wrapped up into outside critiqueness that we tend to accept so much critiqueness that we forget our own voice. If what inside gets denied, y'all, you believe in no truth. Then you gave me something to think on today. Thank you. Come on, let's go. We about to do this 90K challenge. Tomorrow's our first day. We less than 24 hours away to a $5,000 run. Now, I'll be honest with y'all. Everybody won't make a $5,000. Everybody won't make the $5,000, and that's okay. Some might make $500. Some might make $700. Everybody may make the $5,000 if they're willing to put the work in. So I'm going to extend an offer right now to you, right? No money involved. Drop BIG in the chat if you want to be added to the Discord, because we got a whole community. This is the grind. I'm always in the chat. What's difference between the live and the chat is you have unlimited access to the Discord. So any tools that's dropped in that chat, you have unlimited access to. I only come live for an hour a day. But in the Discord, whenever I feel moved or guided to drop something in the chat, I drop something in the chat. A lot of y'all are sitting on $1 million ideas, and because you're sitting on $1 million ideas, you're meeting things. You're missing things. Is it Lena or Lana? LJ, I got you. Can I call you LJ? I like LJ. I'm sorry. I give everybody a nickname. If I give you a nickname, I fuck with you. LJ, I got you. I'm going to DM you as soon as I get off of here. Soon as I get off here. Make sure you download Discord. So when I go ahead and send that link, you can get there. Hi, Monica. Thank you so much. Love you so much. Thank y'all so much for the support. All right. So ask yourself, why do you deserve financial freedom? What are you putting in? How many hours are you putting in? What are you learning? What are you unlearning? What are you shifting and what are you replacing? Ask yourself that question. And maybe you're not in a position right now where you're like, big, I can't even commit to something like that right now. I just have so much going on. I just want you guys to come join the live every day if you can. Go follow us on YouTube at Monshay.flow. MONSHAY flow. Actually, on YT is just Monshay Flow. So it's the same it's the same name, the same at name on here on YouTube, just with no dot. Because this is going to be recorded. That's how much I love y'all. That's how much I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's how much I love y'all, because I want y'all to get it. And I want y'all to understand that it's repetition. So when you go look at it on the YouTube after we've gotten off live, I want you to listen again without taking any notes. Then I want you to listen a second time. Then I want you to take notes, and I want you to take what resonates, and then I want you to apply it to your life every single day. Give me at least 30 days. If you can't give me 90 days, give me 30 days. Can't give me 90 days, give me 30 days. Because at the end of that 30 days, you're going to want to give me another 30 days. And at the end of that 30 days, you're going to want to give me another 30 days. And after that 90 day, you're going to want to give me another 90 days. That's how I work over here. Because once you get into the flow of really, you start seeing the results of yourself. Although those same comfortable thoughts, that scarcity mindset, right? That sacrifice, not sacrifice, that what is the word? So my tongue, I got the word. That survival mode tactic, right? That survival mode tactic always gonna try to creep back in. It's never gonna go away. I'm gonna be honest. Can we talk that talk? Can I talk that talk? LJ said she liked it. LJ said she liked it. Y'all do me a favor on TikTok, run these likes up, man. Because the more likes we got in the chat, the more people that's gonna come across this live that needs this. Because people don't have people like me in their life giving these gems, because everybody's so worried about, I forgot all about the BET Awards. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I haven't thought about the BET Awards since I was a child. Because they're not giving nothing back to our community, for real. Being honest. All right. So I went on my walk yesterday, and it's so interesting that we're doing this 90-day challenge. I keep saying 90K. I don't know. Because what's so interesting, because although we're talking about saving $5,000, you never know, as you're shifting your identity, you never know what your spirit is going to attract. Y'all, I can literally save up 5K tomorrow just by getting one client. Having one client tomorrow, and them bringing an idea to me and I'm consulting on them with it because I have a service for that. 4,500. I can literally start the challenge tomorrow and hit the goal tomorrow. That's the mindset I think of. I don't think longevity for to hit goals. And see, a lot of you guys, you're putting too much restraint and time on your goals. You're overthinking too much. It's time to be the doer. So I went on the walk and it was a free library. And this was the book. It was three of these. It was three of these. The Identity Secret. And as you can see, like I take everything as a, you know, I'm so intuitive. I take everything as a sign. It's no coincidence that we got the chessboard because see the chessboard with the somebody, I just learned how to play chess. I learned how to play chess at 25 years old. So I think I was 24. Yeah, I think I was 24. And I learned how to play chess. And the company that I walked away from, right? The owner, the directors, the owner taught me how to play chess. I was sitting in her living room. And let me tell you something. You have to be a different level of being to be able to go sit at a table in a CEO's house, a CEO who's made millions. This is not me bragging, y'all. This is me telling y'all that I've done the work. Now I'm giving it away. That easy. That simple. It's nothing, oh, I'm trying to get at you. If you want to get my services, cool. If you don't, that's fine too. Either way, I'm going to do my job and give out the game. Okay? So I'm sitting at this lady's table and she's teaching me how to play a game of chess. You hear a lot of people say chess, not checkers, but you don't really understand what they mean until you learn how to play. I'm not forcing you guys to learn how to play, but maybe you should look into it. You can download an app on your phone and it can teach you. A lot of people are so upset with AI. It's not about, a lot of people AI is not going to take over the world, but it will take over people who don't know how to utilize it. Can we talk that talk? We talking that talk in the chat? Drop some fires in the chat on YouTube and TikTok. Let me know. Let me like. Am I cooking right now? Am I giving y'all what y'all need right now? Am I giving y'all what y'all need? Is this the few minutes that you've been in the chat? If you've been here this whole time, is it giving you what you need right now? Okay. She's sitting here and teaching me how to play chess. Although I lost, I learned a valuable lesson that day. You feel me? Because although I didn't know what I was doing, and I'm just following her lead, I was following her words. I looked deeper into the chess game. And it's super cool that they put a mirror in front of it and you see this pawn turn to a whole. Okay, are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Are y'all seeing it looked like it went from a baby to a grown man to a grown adult. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying right now? Although I lost, I learned a valuable lesson that day. She's like, it's not about. She said it's not about winning the game. She said, see, a lot of people think that the king of the chessboard is the valuable player, but not really. Because see, what the king can only do is the king can only go up, down, cross, cross. But let me tell you what the queen can do. The queen can move whichever way she wants to go. And this is not about a gender. This is about realizing which pawn is what and utilizing it to his best of his ability. Although the king may be under the queen, right? Because they don't tell you that. Although the king may be under the king is still powerful. The king can turn another pawn into I can't think of the name of what it's called, y'all, but you get what I'm saying? So we're still talking about identity here. I hope you're following me here. We're still talking about identity. So I want you to think of this as you. You're going to be this version until you face yourself in a mirror and actually see who you truly are and not who people have told you that you are. We get so many limiting beliefs because of the people that we surround ourselves with. A lot of people don't want to see you for who you are, but a lot of people do. And it's up to you to work inward in order to follow your inner compass and have discernment on who those people are supposed to be in your life. It's up to you. It's not up to nobody else. It's up to you to make great choices. It's up to you to put yourself in position to win, nobody else. So I received this book yesterday, and so far I'm on. I'll be starting on page 39. So last night I read. They're like short chapters. So I read 3 chapters last night, and they were talking about how we want a wingman so bad in life, and until y'all learn that a lot of people don't give a, you'll be better off. You will be better off when you realize don't nobody fuck. For real. People worry about themselves out here. Just the truth. So I need you to start worrying about you. I need you to start penciling in the things that matter most to you. And I want you to take those things one day at a time. But I want you to put the things that matter to you in front of your face every day so that you can see it. Because you gotta first believe it in order to see it. Then once you see it, you wanna create more of that, right? For some reason, the TikTok live is tripping today, y'all. I keep seeing the button. Can y'all see and hear me? I keep seeing that button at the top. Keep going yellow. I don't know what's going on today, I don't know what's going on. But I got full bars at the top. I got whole 5G. If it's messing up here on TikTok and you really want to stay in tune, make sure you guys can come over to YouTube, Monshay Flow, MonShayFlow. Okay, if it's messing up for y'all over here on TikTok, come over here to YouTube. So I want to give y'all something. There is a difference between a life you created and a life you adapted to. Let me say that one more time. Somebody might didn't catch that. There is a difference between a life you created and a life you adapted to. And most likely you adapted to a life that was shown to you, a specific way of seeing, which ain't always right. We're just gonna be honest. It's just been limited beliefs passed down, passed down, passed down. So you gotta ask yourself, who gonna break it? Who gonna break it? Who gonna shift and take it to the next level? I hope it's you. I hope it's you. I really do. I hope it's you. I hope you look yourself in the mirror today and say, you know what, it's time to make a change. And growth hurts sometimes. I'm gonna be honest. Growth hurts sometimes because when you figure out that you've kind of been the hindrance in your own life, but you've also been the solution, that kind of makes you feel some type of way. When I first started my journey, I've been on my healing journey for at least 7 years, 7, 8 years. Excuse me. And when I first started and started to realize, like, bro, like you're receiving a lot of these things, you're receiving a lot of these people because of how you feel deep down inside about yourself. And when that realization came to me, you have to sit with that realization. You have to feel all those feelings. Cry it out if you need to. Scream it out if you need to. Go to a rage room if you need to. Go to a therapist if you need to. Have a nice friend and go on a walk and get it all out of nature if you need to. But once you realize that you are the hindrance as well as you're the solution, now it's time to rewrite the blueprint. I want y'all to look at something. That says the blueprint. Can y'all see that? That says the blueprint. Because I'm the blueprint. You're the blueprint. If you don't like how things are working in your life, you are the solution. Because you're the common denominator in every situation. And that doesn't mean that you're in the wrong in every situation. No, a lot of times you haven't been wrong. A lot of times people just wasn't giving you the game. A lot of times people was hiding the game from you because they knew if you gain and obtain your own self-compass and own self-worth and own self-voice, they knew you would take it to the next level. You under the sound of my voice because of that. Straight up. Rags to riches. Underdog story is the best story. So no, you may have not been dealt the best hands in your life. So what? Let's create a new game. She's back. He's back. Let's create a new game. Okay? It's that simple. But you got to choose it every day. It got to be repetition. It has to, you like ET says, Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher, you got to want it as bad as you want to breathe. You do. Regardless, you're going to sacrifice something. Why not sacrifice for something that you actually want? You know, that's just a thought. Why not sacrifice for something that you actually want? Because you've been sacrificing all these years for things that you don't want. These jobs, these endless jobs, ain't going nowhere. Y'all, I'm real live. I walk into grocery stores and I real live be seeing older people at work. That mind boggles me every time I see it. When I see a lady that's as old as my grandmother, mind you, my grandmother is 80, she'd be 87 this year. So when I walk in the grocery store and bro, I see 80 people in their 80s working, that's crazy to me. But I'm gonna be honest, and this is trigger warning. A lot of these people, nah, like it's the truth. Destiny, this it's no chill. It's the truth. This is the truth. And because people are shying away from the truth, that's why a lot of people gonna be under. They're gonna be still stuck in a rat race while I'm sitting on a yacht. Because they come across information like this and think it's a game. I ain't playing. This ain't a game to me. This is real life that really hurts my heart. It really hurts my heart going into the grocery store and realizing that there are people in their 60s, 70s, 80s that still have to work in order to get by. That's the reality of life that we living in right now. This ain't a game. This ain't no game. This is reality. And I'm gonna be honest, trigger warning. I love y'all when I say this. 888 on the likes. I love y'all when I say this. If you don't shift your identity and your beliefs on how you look at money and look at the world, if you don't shift your identity and your beliefs on how you look at money and look at the world, y'all gonna be in the same boat. They literally moved up the retirement age. At first, it was like 62. Then it was like 70. Like, this ain't a game. You gotta take your life serious. So when everybody else is doing the things that is normal and popular, I hope you're somewhere reading up on financial literacy. I hope you joining challenges like the 90-day challenge that we got, and you're in tune with people who want to take it to the next level. I hope you are capitalizing on free information if you can't go invest and really get the gems behind the scenes. I hope instead of watching Love Island and Baddies, you somewhere on YouTube looking at these podcasts and these rich people tell y'all exactly the blueprint. Somebody comments was filtered. Y'all gonna have to say it again because I ain't see it. Okay? So I'm gonna say this again. There's a difference between a life you created and a life that you adapt into, settling for. Honest to God truth. My grandmother, she's 80 something now, but she retired, I want to say in like her 60s. That's still too much. That's too long for me. That's too long for me. We talking about retirement like at 30 and I'm 26. And I'm okay with it being before then. Like, I don't work a 9 to 5, y'all. I work solely for myself. I've been working for myself for a full year, so I know it works. I'm on my own time. When people call my phone or text my phone, they ask me like, "Yo, do you have time real quick?" Because they already know that I'm giving these gems, that I'm streaming. I got two devices set up right here, streaming. I need y'all to double tap that screen because TikTok is saying I don't have it's inactivity on my live. I need y'all to double tap, double tap, double tap. Okay. So you got to understand that your identity shifts from choice to choice. So take a moment and sit with your thoughts before you make a decision. When you get money, sit on it for 3 days. I teach people this all the time. Let me tell y'all something. They want y'all to always think that you have to pay your rent on the first. Not necessarily true. You got into the 5th of the month to pay your rent with no late fees. Watch this. Watch how I work you, right? With no late fees. So let's say you get paid before then every single time. I want you to sit on your check for 3 days. Why do I want you to sit on your money? Because I want you to get your nervous system comfortable with having money in the bank and not having to move unless you say move. Straight up like that. I want you to sit with your money. And then what I want you to do is this is not even on the notes for today. I'm just giving y'all gems. This is just because I'm in a good mood. This is just because I'm in a good mood. But tomorrow we're gonna do we're just gonna talk affirmations tomorrow. So we taught yesterday, we taught today, and then we're going to do a recap of what we talked about the last 2 days, and then our challenge starts tomorrow. I'm going to extend another invite to you. We're doing a 90K challenge, 90-day 5K challenge, right? Although our goal is to save $5,000, we're shifting our identity to be able to multiply that $5,000 when we get it, okay? So if you want to work right beside me and be connected to us, drop BIG in the chat so I can personally invite you to the Discord. My Discord is personally invite only. I don't care how big it gets. I know people say, "Oh, you gonna get too rich?" Nah, I ain't gonna never get too rich. Cause I want to make sure that you're around the right, that I'm as in tune as I can be with you. So you can get into services, and you can. You just never know. Y'all gotta learn how to negotiate with people. I do it all the time. No, it's not lowballing people and telling people they're not worth their price, but it's like, yo, if I'm trying to get on game and I ain't really got much to work with here. So can I throw you this cool little smooth awning and we work? And then when I come back, I pay you your right price? Say less. I'm locked in. Because that's showing me initiative. I like initiative. It ain't about money with me. I like initiative. I like to see how deep people are willing to go to get in a bag. I like that. All right. So tomorrow we're going to talk about what does abundance mean to us, and we're going to talk about some affirmations, and I'm going to give you guys some examples of what you can put up around your house. I want to make sure that you put these affirmations in places that you see every day, like in your car, right? Put it on the windshield or whatever. Put it on the dashboard, right? Put it on the door. I don't care. Put it on your refrigerator. I know you go in that every day. Put it on your mirror in your bathroom. I hope you go in there every day. Put it on your bedroom door. You got to walk through the door every day. Feel me? Put it on your phone. It's a screensaver. That's what I'm asking y'all. Are y'all willing to sacrifice? Because I got screensavers. It's not pictures. I need to see the vision every time I open up whatever. Wherever I go, I need to see the vision. Wherever I go, I need to see the vision. I was about to give y'all something. Oh, close the book because we done for today. I'll let y'all know. I'll probably be done with this book by next week. Most likely, because that's my goal. Because it's only 180 some pages, so I can knock that out super quick. But although I'm telling you guys to sit on your money, what I want you to do is, once you sit on that money for 3 days, I want you to ask yourself, I want you to journal how that felt, like having that amount of money in your bank and not needing to touch it. And that may mean you need to stay at home. That may mean you need to stay at home. But every time you get your paycheck, I want you to sit on it for 3 days. If you pay rent, I just gave y'all the blueprint. Rent's due at the first of each month, right? You have until the 5th with no fees. Sit on it for the first 3 days. Then, when you get your money, I want you to pay yourself. But I want you to understand this. If you know you don't deserve a big payout, Pay yourself $5 each time that you get paid, because eventually it'll add up, right? And what happened with this secret stash of yours? Remember, we talked about earlier, energy is money. Success begets success. We know what that means? Success brings more success. Having money brings more money. Okay. After you pay yourself, then I want you to distribute your money into your investments. I want you to stop looking at bills as bills. It's investment, guys. We moan and groan about bills, but it's like, y'all, everybody got to make money, right? People stress about bills, but it's an investment. It's an investment on your property to have it over your head so that you're not outside, right? Not on a park bench. So let's stop looking at things in survival mode. Okay? Let's stop looking at things in survival mode. Let's start looking at things with more practicality, possibility. Thank you for your daily heart, me. Okay? I'm about to get out here in just a second, but I really want y'all to really hear what I'm saying. Bills are your investments. Wealthy rise. Okay? These are your investments. You gotta have a house. You know, you want a house, you want something over your head, you want a car, right? You don't want to be stranded. These are investments. So don't get upset when you have to pay into these investments. But as you're receiving money in, stop spending it. Hold on to it for a while. Just for a few days. 3 days. That's all I'm asking. 3 days. Every time you receive money, sit on it for 3 days. I already told y'all what that's gonna do. What that is gonna do, success begets success. Your what am I thinking? Your nervous system will start to get comfortable. Every time you receive money and you sit on it for 3 days, your nervous system is going to start getting comfortable with just having money. You have to shift identities. If you want a better life, if you want different results, you gotta be different. It's not about always what you have to do different. It's how you have to be different. So, a lot of limiting beliefs do come from people who gave us a blueprint to look at. But I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys that's under the sound of my voice are old enough to rewrite the script. And if you're old enough to rewrite the script, you can't blame it on nobody else. Although people have had a hand in the limiting beliefs. I'm not saying it's okay. But what I am saying is, when does that not mean anything for you to be successful? You know? Like I told you guys to ask yourselves yesterday, why do you deserve financial freedom? Because what are you doing? What are you really doing to be financially free? Are you cooking in instead of eating out? Right? Are you looking the part and not being the part? Because you can look rich all you want to. But if you don't got no money, you don't got no money. Like, if you don't got no money, you don't got no money. And that's trigger warning. And I'm not being a butthole. Okay? These are things that I've had to teach myself. And it's like, if you want more of this, it starts within first, man. It really does. It starts within. So I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. And I know a lot of people, if you wasn't on live, I know a lot of people can't do this. Who wants to rip up money? Who wants to do that? But it's just paper, guys. That's it. You're giving too much value to it. You don't have enough value in yourself. You don't have enough belief in yourself. And that's what's hindering you. So we got this 90-day challenge. I'm going to extend one more offer because I'm 7 minutes over my time. And I got to go. Okay. I'm going to extend one more offer. We're doing this 90-day challenge. We start tomorrow. We're on our way to an extra $5,000 in our pocket. But what's interesting about this challenge is it's not just about the money. Of course, we want to see the results and we're going to have it in cash. Okay. Even if you guys want to follow along at home because you're not yet at that point, you're like, Big, I'm not at that point where I can kind of maneuver with that type of energy. But what I can say, Big, is I'll come join your live every rising for Rags to Riches at 9 a.m. EST. And I'm going to commit to myself that I can't let me down no more. And with that, I can work with. But I can only help y'all if y'all want to be helped. Okay? So comment BIG in the chat if you want to be added to the Discord. We already got people lively up in there. I love it because it's all women in the chat. And it's just high vibes in there. And I love it so much. Maybe you need to go rip up $1. Stop acting so scarcity. Survival spiral. We're not surviving anymore. We're living. We're creating. We're choosing to be. Right? Every choice from this day forward, hearing all of these gems is vital. It's vital to your success. For real. I don't have no other choice but to be a millionaire. Okay? All right, y'all. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much over here at TikTok. TikTok, we got to get better with these likes. But I appreciate everybody coming in the chat. Because TikTok, y'all know how TikTok is. They don't like inactivity. So y'all gonna have to come in here and like and comment and stuff and drop emojis. Something. Y'all gonna have to do something. You see what I'm saying? Y'all gonna have to do something. All right? But on that note, it's 10:10. I want you guys to have a great day. I want you guys, if you're under the sound of my voice, I don't care what you didn't do yesterday. I don't care what you didn't get done yesterday. Who cares about that? What I care about is that you said, Big, I heard what you said, and immediately I went to go to work on rewriting my own life. Okay? Because you're the controller. You're in control. You're the common denominator in every situation. So you got to take some accountability somewhere. Okay? Somewhere you got to take some accountability. But that's okay if we make mistakes. That's cool. That's all right. I've made plenty of them. I'm definitely not perfect. But that's the perfect thing about me is that I'm not perfect. That I'm okay to say I apologize if I'm wrong. I'm okay to get information from people if I may not know. I watched this guy say on YouTube, and I'm gonna get out of here. I know I'm a chatter. I watched this video on YouTube, and the guy was like, older people are gonna be lost because they don't listen to younger people. And younger people are gonna be lost if they don't listen to older people. But if older people listen to younger people, they're gonna be faster than the people in their age. And if younger people listen to the older people, they're going to be faster than the people in their age bracket. That is true. That is so true. Because I'm 26 years old and I'm giving y'all this game. It is what it is. Feel me? Now, I love y'all so much. Like I said, Key Love Kate. If you want to watch the live, make sure you guys go sub to the YouTube Monshay Flow and do Monshay Flow, MONSHAYFLOW. Go look at the live. Listen to it straight through. Don't write no notes. Don't do anything. But then I want you to listen to it. I want you to watch it a second time. Then I want you to take notes and I want you to take what resonates and then I want you to apply it to your life. But what I want you guys to do today, I want to leave you with this activity. I want you to go ask yourself, why do I deserve financial freedom? And I want you to be real with yourself. And if you say, CEO, you say, Big, what if I say I don't deserve it? I want you to ask yourself, why don't you deserve it? Well, because I'm procrastinating. Because I'm not taking it as serious. I'm putting something above it. Right? I don't want it as bad as I want to breathe, Big. I start and then I stop. But I know I'm not lazy. I get it. You got to find that passion within. You've been going to a compass of what somebody else gave you for so long. It's time for you to pick up your own paper and write. How do you see yourself? How do you want to be? And then figure out what it takes to get there. If you don't know what it takes to get there, ask questions. YouTube University. Come here every Monday through Friday, EST 9 a.m. and ask the question. I'm willing to give you the answer. I done read so many books, y'all. It's crazy. Like, and it's no coincidence that I'm reading this book right now. And it's not to say that I don't have my own identity, but remember what I told y'all. Repetition is the key to mastery. If you're not consistently taking in knowledge to fuel the version that you're trying to become, because see what happens is a lot of people want to become a version, they become it and do it for a little while, but then they slack off the repetition. They slack off. There's no slacking in here. Every day you got to hold yourself accountable for the things that you need to get done. I told y'all, I'm tired of going in the grocery store and it's people that's working in there that's 80 something years old. That's going to be you. Okay? If you don't shift right now today and actually take your own life serious. Y'all know what I'm saying? Don't shoot the messenger. Always take everything I say back to the divine because you already know that word don't never come back void. Don't never come back void. All right. I love y'all. I'll catch y'all tomorrow for another Rags to Riches. Our 90-day challenge starts tomorrow. So listen, DM me if you change your mind and you want to get in the Discord. I got all ages up in there. Okay. Most of them is women in there so far. And it's a personal invite. You don't just be around anybody. And you get unlimited access to the tools that I throw in the chat. So that's a good, that's a good pick me up. That helps you with the repetition because in the chat, I'm always gonna be in the chat. So you ain't gonna have no other choice unless you mute me. And that's on you. All right. I love you, TikTok. I'll be right back here tomorrow, 9 a.m. EST. And y'all know I love y'all. Deuces. All right, y'all. Um, I need some water. I need some water, child. That was alive. I hope y'all enjoyed. Woo! We dropped some gems today. Last day of June, first day of July tomorrow. I love y'all. Intuitive Genius. Thank y'all so much for all the love. I see everything. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. EST, 9 a.m.